Hello, craft beer lovers. I need to start this off with a sincere and honest apology. I'm not rebranding. I lied. I'm sorry. I started looking at the ideas I had for the new channel, and three-quarters of it was still beer related. I've spent way too much time the past few years studying and learning about flavors and pairing, and those ideas are still percolating. So maybe in the future we might expand out, but I got so much more to explore and share my learning with you and maybe even get some recommendations from you back. So we're going to stick with beer for a while. I mean, it's a great subject. For today, we're going to go into some pairing and talking about beer cheese. Those of you outside the great Commonwealth of Kentucky might not know what beer cheese is. So I Wikipedia'd it because that's what you do. And beer cheese was started in Clark County, which is right next door. I mean, we could almost see. We're not that close to Clark County, but we can almost see it from our house. Yeah, thank you.
And that happens to be Winchester,
That
Kentucky.
Winchester, Kentucky is the seed, and it is a processed cheddar cheese flavored cheese spread. It's flavored with beer, hence the reason for beer cheese. And primarily the main ingredient they all share is garlic. It came around in the 1940s, and I love the name the Allman Brothers, but not those Allman Brothers, not the band. This is, I don't know, maybe the band's parents? No, probably not, because they're from Florida. Anyway, the Allman Brothers in Clark County came up with it, and it's became a huge regional hit. Gonna do two different ones. I'm gonna do arguably the original, which is Hall's, and I got the top off because I don't want to just pop it off. It's easier. Hall's beer cheese is so Mr. Allman owned a restaurant, had the recipe in the restaurant, but didn't put it out to the market. The I swear I put the name on that. Okay, but they purchased it in 1965, actually secondhand, and then decided to start putting out beer cheese to mass market. Uh, the original. The other one we want to try is Larry's Max, and this was started, well, our Max cheese spread. This started about 11, 12 years ago. Larry, a lot of people do their own versions of beer cheese. Uh, our uncle makes a great,
The best.
the best. Yeah, arguably, but he only makes it for Christmas, and there better never be a New Year's resolution that we're not going to attack beer cheese because it doesn't last long. I've gotten in trouble. I've eaten too much sometimes.
We're thankful he only makes it at Christmas.
Yes. So people like that do. His sister said this was so good that she started a recipe and started putting it out about 12 years ago, based out of Nicholasville, which is just kind of south and west of us from here. Beers that we're going to pair it with. So when you do beer pairing, there's three things you want to look for. You want to either accent a flavor in it, you want to contrast a flavor in your food, or you want to create some kind of new flavor. I decided to go with West 6 Amber. Amber because the malt is roasted a little more, so I like it with the cheddar, well, the cheddar flavoring and the processed cheese. Uh, but it's also spicy because beer cheese is the original snappy, spicy flavor. So I'm trying to see if I can maybe accent both flavors on that and really bring it up. The country halfway home, no, country boy halfway home. It's an American pale. It's spicy, little hints of malt, but I don't want a full blown IPA hop spice because unfortunately you start getting hops mixed in with spicy stuff, it really starts bringing in a whole lot more spicy. Want a little bit. So I'm kind of curious if I'm going to overemphasize the cheddar or I'm going to overemphasize the spice. And Sam had his opinion too, so he's wondering on. He's not happy. We're recording this Sunday, and this was right on top of one of his plates that he has good food with, and it bumped up against him, and he thought he was going to get fed a whole lot earlier than he normally does. So I guess in the cat house, although that doesn't sound quite right. But anyway, I'm in trouble.
You're in trouble.
So let's go ahead and crack the amber. Also, when you do any kind of spirit, beer, wine pairing, do not go with the heaviest flavors first. They will burn out your palate. This is not quite as bitter as a pale. So I'm going to start with that one first. I mean, it's not huge difference, but every little bit helps if I want to do it for science. Oh, there he is. Hey, bud. Dozing and helping out. Nice gold color versus amber. Amber color, which they're supposed to be. I will start with the originator. Oh, hello. You want to come join me? No, you're not sure. Okay. The reason there's 4 crackers, there's no way I would do this without the director also joining in and on the test. So there are different styles of consistency on beer cheese. And you'll notice the difference just between these two. I tend to prefer it the creaminess like this, but you can almost get too creamy on these, which we've had. Every year, Winchester, i.e. Clark County, does a beer cheese festival. Like I said, our he doesn't make enough to enter, but our own the director's uncle makes some great stuff. I'm sure he would do really well. And so God, that's good. But we've had all sorts of consistency between it just being almost soupy to just did they process the cheese at all when they chunked it up. So this is tends to be maybe a little more chunk, but I like it smooth. Mm-hmm. Hopefully with the new microphone, you're not getting too much crunch. I like. No,
Good.
it's good.
I mean, we know they're both good, so it's kind of hard to say.
That's bound. Well, it reminds me of the cheese. It's malty, i.e., cheddar, spicy, i.e., the hops. So, kind of curious. I'll keep a little cracker there too to see the difference. And here is a perfect example of a whole lot more chunky.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot that it was like that.
Yeah, I did too, actually. Which is perfect because I thought it would be a little more of the smooth flavor. But
And this is their original.
Original. We're only doing original for both because I want to. Now, beer cheese can come in variety of flavors, different additives. The bacon ones are kind of good.
That had a little bit of jalapeno in it.
Yes, to make it even extra spicy. So let us start. I don't know. Ooh, I don't know. That's good. I think my theory is right. I'm kind of curious to get a second opinion if that's right. Ooh, wow. Yeah. I think my theory is right. I think it brings out the peppery, spicy flavors in the beer cheese versus the amber.
Yeah.
But now that I've had both, let me rinse and Versavice and see if it's just the spiciness in the beer cheese or the spiciness in the. So let's start with this with the amber. Let's go with beer cheese. No, I think I'm right. I'm curious for a second opinion. Yeah, I did that with the backs. And we'll try the American Pale and see if my theory does hold water. Yeah. Your turn, my love. And we'll try that with the arguably the original.
Wow.
Yeah, they're both great. I think either of these would be a terrific pairing. I think it's what you're after. If you're looking for spicy, I would go with the pale.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something a little more balanced to bring out the cheese flavors, I would go with an amber. So yeah, my theory is right. Yay. And if you're looking for, I would say most of these ship anymore. I know
I know Halls does, and I don't know about
Larry Max,
Larry
but
Max.
I know they're all over the Commonwealth. The because one of my cousins came in once and they were looking for the Larry Max, and they're all over the Commonwealth. So yeah, try beer cheese spreading, and just both beers, just a different roast in darker roast in the malt, lighter roast in the malt, and you can just tell. But amazing how it just brought out totally different flavors in the beer cheese, and we compared to different beer cheese. Now, which beer cheese do I like better?
Mm.
I think the Larry. I think it's going to be kind of also what you're looking for. I think the Larry Max is spicier, if I had to guess. The Halls is a little creamier and a little more cheese flavors. Oh, is that the note for me to wrap up? Do 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 do. The microphone might not even picked it up, so we'll see. But it depends on what you do. But either way, the beers are great. Beer cheese is great. I think you would. If you like spice, if you like milder but smoother, creamier, go with the Halls. If you're looking for something to accent the cheese flavors, go with an amber. Still give you that spice. The spice didn't disappear, but it was just more of the cheese flavors. With the pale ale on both of them, it just brought out that spice.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, well, it's the lack of that roasty malt. Mm-hmm. Fun. So in a couple weeks, I will be back. Still more beer. And I'm trying to think of the lead in for this next one, but we're going to get a little sour and a little glittery in a couple of weeks. Yay. So we'll see what happens.
I love sour beer.
That's one of the reasons we did it. And she's got nicknamed Sparkles many times. So it just makes sense. So if you like this content, do 3 things for me. Like it, subscribe, and make comments on anything else you would like me to do. Well, within reason. But any other kind of beer combinations or beers you would want me to try. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Keep on going. I'll also comment microphone level. Let me know because we got a new wireless and we're just still working with it. So see you guys in a couple weeks. Enjoy craft beer and enjoy it responsibly.